The following is a presentation of 4-Star Sports Media. It's time to get down and dirty in the Hog Trough with your host, Christian Johnston.
Hello, Razorback fans. Hello, sports fans. I am glad to be back with Razorback Zach. We've got a lot to talk about. I don't know if we can get to all of it, but we're going to surely try. Man, Zach, good to be with you again, man.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
I'm happy.
Yeah.
It's great. You know why? Because today is the last day I'm in my early 30s. Somebody get me a walker.
Happy birthday, man.
I'll be 35 tomorrow. Oh, my
Happy
God.
early birthday.
So on top of that, dude, man, we have got a ton to talk about. A ton. I mean, we got a new NIL deal that dropped. We're on a 5-game win streak. I think the Razorback basketball team has finally got it figured out.
I knew not to jump ship too early. I had a feeling that this could happen. So
got some big news out of the football team, and of course, baseball. 22 days away from opening day, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm excited.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that. Not so great news, I guess, on the baseball front, but.
I mean, this gives it a chance, Christian, and we're going to get to it later in the show, but this gives the younger guys like I don't want to use this pun, but I'm going to have to use it anyway. I'm going to use this pun anyway. It gives us a chance to find that diamond in the rough. Mm-hmm. One of those unsung heroes that we didn't know about last year, or one of the young guys. So. Exactly. It sucks, but at the same time, it can definitely help us in the long run.
Right, and Paulette was going to be our Friday night starter, I believe. He's having Tommy John surgery. I think he
torn UCL.
He missed most of last year, so sucks to hear that he's not going to play this year. But like you said, Zach, I feel like we've built a team to where we have guys that can step up, and I hope that's the case.
Yeah, well, and Dave Van Horn had his press conference before, because spring practice opens up tomorrow, and Dave Van Horn had his media day where he meets with the media and kind of tells them everything, and he said this is the most electrified team, something of the sort, that he has seen in the last 20 years. Mm-hmm. So when you have the GOAT talking so highly about this team, you got to wonder, is this the year?
I hope
you got to wonder.
I really do.
You got to wonder.
We know how baseball is. It can change.
But see, here's the thing. It's just like basketball. It's a game of runs. Mm-hmm. You win some, you lose some. You can't win them all.
You got to play well in the postseason.
Exactly.
But we'll go to basketball, and we might go back to baseball later. But basketball is on a 5-game conference win streak. 15-5.
Before you jump into that, buddy, Let's get
Yeah.
to some of these comments.
Of
Your
course.
Mama Lisa's in the house. She looks like she's having trouble texting. She's so excited. She's so excited to be a part of the show. She's having trouble texting, which is okay. Give them a chance to step up and shine. And, of course, my boy Justin, who helps me run inside the hog pen, joining us tonight. Baseball team's gotten pretty deep over the last few years. Yes, they have.
Yeah. You can expect Arkansas to be in the thick of it again this year. I think they're preseason ranked number 2, but we also know that can change.
It can. I would not be surprised. And I don't want Razorback Nation to hate me for this, but as the season progresses, you're going to see that number drop a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But by the end, it doesn't matter how you start. Okay, it doesn't matter what that number is besides your name going into the season. Okay,
Hey.
What matters is when you go into Hoover. What matters is when you host a super or a regional, a super. What matters is when you get to Omaha. That's when it matters.
I'm not so sure that being ranked number 1 is a great thing because it puts that target on your back. I mean, Arkansas was ranked number 1 a lot last year, but they kind of ran into a buzzsaw.
But at the same time, that regional with NC State, oh God, who was it? NC State, Stanford. Yeah. That was just the NCAA set us up for failure.
Oh yeah, we
in that one.
Stanford, in the regional gave us fits. So
Stanford, the NCAA screwed us on that one. But being number 1. And this team kind of thrives. The baseball team kind of thrives at number 1.
They did last year.
They thrive on that stuff.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be upset if we're ranked number 1, but
it'd be something stupid to bitch about. I can tell you that.
Oh not me. If we're winning games, I'm gonna be happy.
So let's switch gears, and I gotta ask you. Because we talked about it. I talked about it last week on Inside the Hog Pen, and I want to get your thoughts on it. Has Muss finally got this lineup figured out?
Yes. I think Muss has finally decided to stop playing everybody, and he's got kind of a quick hook now. Like they say in baseball. Like when Chris for example, Chris Likes, he's a talented basketball player. And I'm sure the guy, he has amazing potential, but we've seen at times, he can turn the ball over, and it takes him a while to get going. Same with Vanover. And you haven't seen those guys touch the floor, and your guy KK as well.
And we're going to get to KK here in a minute, but I'm going to say this, and I watch Twitter kind of closely. I've been on Twitter since the Hofstra collapse. Mm-hmm. At Simmons Bank Arena. Had a couple people there that were like, dude, you need to get back on Twitter. You need to be active on Twitter. And I'm trying to get there. It just, Twitter doesn't have the interactions like I had hoped, like on Facebook. But Likes is a liability. Likes is a liability. And I'm going to tell you why. He's not playing team basketball.
No.
He's playing for himself.
I agree with that.
He is a liability for turnovers. He takes too many shots that he shouldn't be taking. Mm-hmm. And he tries to get fancy. You don't get fancy. I've said it a million times.
I heard on the radio last night that, a tired JT Note, I think Muss would rather play a tired JT Note over a fresh Chris Likes at this point.
Oh my God. When he let that ball go from half court, I was like, oh God, and he said nothing but net.
He had a great game last night. Him and Jalen Williams.
Those two have come a long way. Because I was for a while there, I was on JD Note's ass about how many shots he was taking.
Yeah.
He has definitely shut me up.
I've never been that hard on JT because I know I've seen how he can play when he's like hitting shots. He's almost unguardable. I mean, really. And he's not going to shoot lights out every game. Nobody does that. Steph Curry does.
He's the SEC leading scorer right now.
Yeah, exactly. So
Justin says, not figured out, but they're coming together as a team and learning their roles. Muss hasn't changed the plan, but the player got to buy in, and I think they're just now starting to buy in.
Yeah.
Jay, I can agree with that, but at the same time, not agree, if that makes any sense at all. And when I say I agree with it, yes, you're starting to see that gel process. This happened last year. Remember, we got spanked by Alabama and LSU back to back.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we took off. Now you're starting to see he's got the right guys in there.
And another thing I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, after I think it was when we were 0-3 in the SEC, Musselman, he actually hired an outside agency to scout his own team. That's something he usually does at the end of the season, but he did it in the middle of the season. And I think that looks like it's been helpful. I mean, because sometimes it takes another set of eyes to kind of sit you back to reality, because it's hard to see your own weaknesses at times.
It is, but you've got Trey Wade, you've got Amude, you've got Jalen Williams, who has completely turned his game around. This guy's completely turned his game around. JD Note, and who's the fifth guy?
You say Trey Wade, Amude.
Yeah, Trey Wade. You got Wade, Amude, Note, Williams.
Is it Tony?
Audie's Tony. Thank you. God, my brain. See, I'm getting old, dude. I'm getting old. Those 5 guys are your starters. I mean, give me one big guy like Jalen Williams. Give me another big guy in the SEC or across the basketball as a whole who can play 43 minutes.
Yeah.
In a basketball game.
That guy's in shape. I mean, he really is. He plays physical. You know, he's just a perfect center, and he can knock the 3 ball down. We saw him do that last night.
But he's not attempted very many.
I think he hit 2 last night.
But when he does, when he's on, he's on.
Yeah.
Just like Note. But I said it last week. If you can get your bench guys, just like Nolan did back in the early 90s, if you can get your bench guys to get on the same level as your starters, you can pull guys out and put guys in, and nobody misses a beat. But here's the problem. You pull Jalen out to give him a break, you put Connor in, you miss a step.
Yeah.
You put Chris Likes in.
Everything's
and the gel's off.
Yeah, it is. You can tell.
You see it every game when Likes plays. And I'm not saying he doesn't have talent. What I'm saying is he's not playing team basketball.
Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head. And another guy that's really important to this team defensively is Kamani Johnson, man. That guy's a bulldog down there. I mean, he does the dirty work.
He's come on strong too.
He's not going to score a ton of points, but
the
defense is where he's.
So, and I'm not comparing the two. Rodman didn't score that many points when he played for the Bulls.
That's a good comparison.
He was a defensive guy because you had Pippen and Jordan doing most of the heavy work on the offensive side of the ball. Okay? Same thing. Kamani Johnson's not going to be in that top scorer bracket. He may get, 8-9 points a game. Sometimes he may hit double digits when he's hot. But you're not going to see him up there with like JD Note with 17 and 25 points a game.
Yeah.
All right. That's okay because now everybody's starting to learn their role and they're sticking to it. If you can't shoot from outside, you get it in the paint, you drive the lane, you give it to Jalen, and he puts it up.
Yeah. And an interesting stat about last night, I think Arkansas, I'm pretty sure, makes the most free throws of anybody in the country. Didn't attempt a single one in that first half. They led at half But that defense by Ole Miss was giving Arkansas some fits, and they adjusted pretty well at halftime.
They did.
So, congrats.
Hang on just a second. I'm trying to pull the team stats up from last night. So
Sure.
field goal percentage, they were 24 of 50 for 48%. From the 3-point line, they were 8 for 18.
It's pretty good.
And from the charity stripe, they were 8 for 12. On the flip side of that, Ole Miss was 13 for 13 from the charity stripe.
Wow.
They were perfect. 3-point range, they were 4 for 18, and then field goals, they were 19 for 55.
Ole Miss hung around for the most of the game, but it never felt like Arkansas. It felt like Arkansas was in control the whole game.
I mean, from the opening tip, Arkansas had the tempo. They had the tempo how they wanted it, and they kept it there.
Mm-hmm.
There were times where they let Ole Miss get back into it, but not completely. It's like dangling a worm in front of a fish, and as soon as he goes for a bite, you pull that worm back.
Yeah,
you let him get a little taste of it, and you pull him back. All right, that's what they did with Ole Miss last night. I'm not saying they were toying with Ole Miss, but that's what it looks like. Now, I want to ask you a question, and I heard this question posted in one of the Twitter spaces that I was a part of a few days ago, and I wanted to get that out there. What in the hell has happened to KK Robinson? Where the hell is he gone?
Obviously, Muss is not liking something. I think he's kind of just sticking with what works. I mean, Note, we know what Note's capable of. He needs to be out on the floor, I mean, as much as he can be. I think by this time of the season, you kind of have an idea of who's your best players. And I don't mean to be down on KK. I mean, I haven't seen much out of him that makes me, just get excited, I guess.
So I beg the questioning because he was highly touted coming out of high school.
Yeah, I mean,
was he not? I mean, am I not remembering correctly?
He was, but
so
high school's much different.
Here and again, I'm playing off of the conversation that I heard in this Twitter space, and if you guys haven't checked this out, y'all need to go check out a Twitter space, dude. Those things are fun. I heard it said, now if I'm Kamani Johnson, do I stick around and see what happens?
You talking about KK or Kamani?
Or KK, my bad.
Yeah.
KK Robinson. If I'm KK, do I stick around and see what happens? Or do I say, peace out, I'm going to the portal in hopes of playing somewhere else?
I think he should probably wait and see how this year plays out.
I disagree.
I mean,
if he hasn't seen the floor yet, he's not going to this season.
Well, I will say this. Devo Davis has not impressed me lately.
Yeah, what happened to him?
I wouldn't be totally against seeing a KK or a Jackson Robinson have an opportunity to kind of see what they can do, because I think Devo Davis has had plenty of opportunities himself, but I think he's still in the starting lineup.
Ooh, I'm in trouble. Mama Linda's watching. I'm in trouble.
What'd you do? I missed it.
I'm in trouble. So on my show last week, I started on a rant. I was getting on my soapbox, and I started on a rant, and I just kept going. And I was tearing into people. One of my big fans, Casey, she was letting her mom watch, and her mom said that this is Mama right here, Miss Linda, and she said I hear him. He would make a good mother-in-law. I'm in trouble. So now she's watching this week. I'm in trouble.
I see Chuck.
But I love all of our fans, dude. That's what. If I can take a minute, dude. Some of these fans have been with me since day one. Mm-hmm. And since joining the brand, they have everybody involved. You guys, Wes, Bum, Nate, Will, you.
Yeah.
Y'all have kind of re-energized me and my passion. And, of course, my fans. Getting to walk through Bud Walton Arena, getting to walk through Razorback Stadium, hell, getting to walk through freaking the Hilton down in downtown North Little Rock. People are going, I recognize you. You're ready. It's a great feeling to have.
Yeah.
And without the fans, you and I wouldn't be doing this. We'd just be
No.
talking to ourselves, just blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, we wouldn't. We could just call on the phone and talk if we wanted to.
Right. We would not be having this much fun.
Yeah, exactly.
So, man, Chuck Pendergrass is one of the ones I got to meet. God.
Yeah, Chuck's a good listener. He's
oh yeah, good dude in person too.
Yeah, I hope I get to meet him sometime. I don't know. Probably at a ball.
But no, if I'm KK Robinson, I'm throwing my name in the transfer portal. I mean, it's smart.
I just don't.
If you want to play, because it's clear you're not getting it. He's either not getting the playbook here at Arkansas, or he's not buying in. One of the two, or both.
I just don't think he meshes well with our. I haven't seen much out of him so far. That makes me, like I said, just have confidence in him. But maybe he.
This is turning into story time, Christian. I apologize.
Go ahead.
So I met Chuck at one of the Razorback games last fall, and I can't remember which one it was. It was like Auburn or Mississippi State. I don't think it was Texas. I don't think, but I could be wrong. Might have been. It was one of the SEC matchups. And he and I met up, hung out, and we walked. So we were walking back to our seat, and this dude, Chuck, I have never seen anybody so animated in my life. He's walking around just hollering at different people. Hey, this guy's famous. You want an autograph? You want a picture? He's famous.
I bet you. Did that embarrass you?
Fell out laughing. I was laughing so freaking hard, dude. That was great.
That's hilarious.
But I mean, it's fans like that keep us going and keep us doing what we're doing. I mean, not to take anything away from Wes and Bum, they've got the Memphis fan base, but you and I are on 4-Star. We're the face of the University of Arkansas, more or less. The Razorback fans.
Here's the difference between that. Memphis has other sports. They have other teams.
Yeah, they've got the Grizzlies. They've got the Redbirds. I
kind of drew a blank. But, I mean, they've got Tennessee, University of Tennessee. Now, I'm not saying the city of Memphis necessarily. Well, the city of Memphis.
Well, but, I mean, a couple miles away, you've got freaking Tennessee Titans. You've got,
There's not another college in Arkansas that even comes close to the passion of Arkansas.
No, and like I said, and we're getting off on a side tangent here, but that's the way we work on our shows. I mean,
right.
I look, I have a saying on my show, Christian, that there are times where you're just gonna have to take that little exit off the freeway with me, and I'll get back up on there every now and then.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
But when we do what we do, we don't claim to know everything. We don't sit here in suit and ties and have big egos and think we're Mr. Know-It-All.
No.
We literally call it like we see it, whether it's in person, in Fayetteville, or we're watching it at home. We're literally just fans talking about it with other fans. That's all we do.
Yeah.
But the passion that the Arkansas Razorbacks have, or the fan base Razorback fans have, kind of leads me into the next point that we're getting into.
Here, I'm gonna make a point real fast. Is there a day that goes by where you don't think about the Razorbacks?
Dude, my name is Razorback Zach. What do you think?
Exactly.
What do you think?
I can speak personally for myself. There's not a day that goes by where the Razorbacks in some form or fashion does not cross my mind. Probably multiple times.
Dude, I am steadily watching old clips and learning the craft and learning my craft so I can be a knowledgeable Razorback fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like I name dropped Bud Campbell the other day. I've never heard Bud Campbell call a game, but I know who he is.
Yeah.
Okay. Paul Eels, one of my idols, man. I literally, Paul Eels, getting to meet him when I was a freshman in high school was the highlight. Highlight of that year. And that's what kind of got me into wanting to be in sports media. And that's what got me here today. Guys like Paul Eels, Chuck Berry, Mike Nail, Phil Elson. All right, and I can go on and on, but the point I'm trying to make is the passion of the Arkansas Razorback fan base is so polarizing. And I'm not criticizing or anything, but it is so polarizing. When we're winning, everybody's on that gravy train. But when we're losing, some guys are starting to jump off. Some girls are starting to jump off.
Yeah.
Bud Walton Arena. Now, I will tell you this. Razorback Stadium, September 11th, 2021.
So,
The number 15 University of Texas Longhorns came into town.
yeah.
That stadium and those kids had never, ever, there's not a soul on that team that has ever heard that hog call that loud before.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
Bud Walton Arena in the 90s was the scariest place to play in the country. There are teams
You're
that
right.
did not want to play at Bud Walton Arena because it was the most intimidating place anywhere in college basketball, which is why they call it the Basketball Palace of Mid-America.
I saw that, Linda. I believe it came down to like us in Wisconsin.
Yep, us in Wisconsin. But here's the thing. Bud Walton Arena, the atmosphere, and I will attest to this because I was at Bud Walton Arena one of the games last year. Or not last year? Year before. A couple years ago. Hey, I don't remember. I was at Bud Walton Arena for a basketball game at one point. I know that. But the atmosphere is literally living off of its reputation.
Yeah.
There was an article that got put out, and I read that article, and I was like, yeah. It was touted in the offseason that Bud Walton Arena had sold out. Sold out.
Yeah.
Season tickets, sold out. Single game, sold out. So I have a question to Razorback fans. Where the hell are you guys at? And I apologize about my language, but that's how y'all know me. That's how I am. I call it like I see it, without the use of a filter. But where the hell are you guys at?
Well, unfortunately, Arkansas fan base is a very dedicated fan base, but they're also very smart. I'm not saying every fan's smart, but I think there's a lot of people that are still not sold on this team.
That's fine, but if you're not going to use your ticket, give it to somebody
Exactly.
who will.
I agree with that. Yeah, I mean we've got to have people in the stands for sure, and I believe Saturday. I think we'll see that on Saturday.
Here's the thing: when Musk has to come out in his post-game press conference and literally call the fan base out and says Bud's going to be rocking on Saturday.
I think you're right. I think he may have been kind of challenging the fans.
That's exactly what he was doing.
Yeah. But not actually saying that, but actually.
Well, he was doing it, but he was doing it with tact.
Yeah.
You know the definition of tact?
Tact?
Yeah. Being tactful.
Subtle, maybe. Or
telling somebody where to go so much so that they enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
I learned that from my ex's dad. So
well, I just him saying that got me pumped up, and like it.
And I get it. Fans can't make it to every game, and I know we're off on a tangent. And we got a whole lot of crap other to talk about, but this is a big thing right now. Yeah, and this is a big thing. Now, if you not every fan is going to be able to make it to a game. All right, seating capacity, weather, illnesses, family issues, money. That's fine. That's fine. But if you're a blue hair, and you're a long-time season ticket holder, and you say, I've had these tickets since 1970, I've had these tickets since 1990, blah, 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 and your ass isn't in your seat, you need to give those season tickets up, dude.
Or have a family member go, something.
Give it away. Let somebody use it that hasn't been before.
Let me use it. I'll definitely take it.
Good example. And I got to be a recipient. There we go. I promise y'all I haven't been drinking of this a couple of times last year and the year before. Guy by the name of Sharp Williams, every football season, he puts out on Facebook, I've got so many tickets to this game for vets and active duty service members. And he gives them away for nothing. No clout, no donation, no payment, nothing.
I need to find him.
He does that simply out of the goodness of his heart to show respect to the men and women in uniform. So if you're a season ticket holder and you're not getting your ass in that seat every game, give it to somebody who will, like a service member that's coming home or a service member's family or something.
Yeah.
Give it to somebody who wants to go, whose ass will be in that seat.
There's too many. I know for a fact there's too many diehard Razorback fans for a seat to go unused. I mean, it's not hard to find somebody that'll go.
Now, I'm not – okay. I'm about to get my ass chewed out. I can already tell. I'm not saying somebody from El Dorado, Texarkana, make that 5.5-hour trip to Fayetteville. That's going to be like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That's going to be like once a year. So they pick and choose which game they go to, and that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And so we kind of stay on track here just a little bit. I'll try to keep us on.
Have you met me? I don't stay on track.
I'm just saying I'll try to keep us on track. If we don't, that's fine. I kind of want to talk about the NIL news with Arkansas. That I feel like that's the big thing right now.
Yeah. Okay. So
catch everybody up who doesn't know.
I'm gonna. JB Hunt created a. Let me pull my notes up here.
I think a consortium is the name. Consortium.
Well, I don't even know what the hell that means.
It's like a place where people can put their money, basically.
Yeah, an AAC, Athletic Advocate Consortium, funded to guide student athletes in the NIL era.
And we both know there's some money in Northwest Arkansas.
Look, I'm not going to claim to be the brightest crayon in this shed or the fastest turtle in the crayon box, but I have no idea what the hell that means.
Consortium?
Sure, why not?
I'm not totally sure what it means, but I can kind of infer what it means.
I'm gonna assume, and again, this is what I get for assuming. I'm gonna assume that it's a big, like huge deal.
It's huge because JB Hunt and Walmart, I guess, are the two big corporations in Northwest Arkansas?
Well, you've got Tyson, you've got Walmart, and you've got JB Hunt. Having them finally having a Fortune 500 company step up and go, all right, we're going to enter the NIL world.
I think that's going to put us on in 5 years. I saw someone else say this, and I kind of agree with it. I think in 5 years you might see us. This is kind of a bold statement, but could we be that Alabama? Maybe, obviously not.
That's pushing it a little bit.
I said it's a bold statement. But I'm not saying we'll have the dominance that Alabama had, but you'll see us start to, not that we're not competing, but,
Well, you're going to have – okay, so we're in a region of the United States where you've got to compete with big names. Mm-hmm. Memphis, Dallas. I mean, look at College Station. $20 million to bring in that recruiting class.
Yeah.
All right. If Arkansas is going to attract the in-state athletes, They're going to have to. They're going to have an NIL deal that's huge.
Now
JB Hunt. And that's the thing. This door was closed a week ago. So as far as we know, this door was closed a week ago. And then JB Hunt comes along and kicks that mother to the ground. I mean, doesn't even open the door, just kicks right through that son of a bitch.
And I'm glad they did it. Now we need Walmart and Tyson to jump on.
Yeah, see, Walmart's a little big for their britches right now.
Yeah. And I think JT Note is the first athlete.
It's JD, not JT.
JD Note, yeah, sorry.
There you go.
I knew that.
And he's the first student athlete at the university to sign with JB Hunt.
Yeah. That's
in my opinion, though, Christian, the NIL deal is going to kill collegiate athletics.
You could be right, but I think it can help Arkansas, though.
It can.
Maybe as a whole, but Arkansas, I think, is going to benefit from it.
Yes and no. Yes and no. But I still think overall the NIL deals. You're gonna see when these super conferences happen, like the SEC in 2024, 2025, when the alliance between the other four Power 5 schools happen. You're pretty much looking at the end of days for the NCAA, and that's going to give the NFL the opportunity to step in and go, we can do this as the NFL G League.
Yeah. Well, when I listened to Clint Sterner speak the other night, he was very.
Yeah, how was that, by the way?
It was awesome. He was very adamant about how the NIL was good. He said the NIL was a good thing. He says it could be potentially dangerous in the future for the landscape of college football, but he said it's an amazing thing for the University of Arkansas.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not, but
I'm just saying that's his opinion. Obviously, that doesn't mean he's right, but I think he made a lot of good points. You know, it allows.
There's a fumbling joke there, but I'm not going to touch it.
He mentioned
I'm not going to touch
obviously.
it. Yeah. It's a stigma. He's never going to be able to live that down.
Yeah.
Because, and again,
I'm going to 300 yards. I think
I'm going to go off on a tangent. The only thing I'm going to say is, had he not fumbled the ball, we'd have had a national championship in 1998.
And he admitted that. He said we were beating Tennessee that entire game, and I think it was Brandon Burlsworth actually who tripped him.
It was BB that tripped him.
And
for anybody that knows me, Brandon Burlsworth is my all-time favorite Razorback.
And he talked about the movie as well. He pointed out some things in the movie that were not true. He said like he was not mean to his offensive lineman, which I think the movie portrayed him as mean to the offensive lineman or something.
Yeah, the movie kind of portrayed Clint as and I'm going to say it, as a snobby little stuck-up mother.
Yeah.
Trucker. And knowing, and I've
he's a pretty boy, but there's nothing wrong with that. He was a great.
He is, and there are times that
quarterback.
And there are times that Clint gets a little big for his britches, but he's a good guy overall.
If you follow him on Twitter, man, he's something.
He's awesome on Twitter, dude. But when they portrayed him in that movie, it's just it didn't fit his character like we know him.
Yeah.
Chuck says, in my opinion, Walmart sees themselves as a global company now, not an Arkansas company. You are 100% correct, and I agree with everything in that sentence.
Tyson? What about Tyson?
Tyson's not global. And they're based out of...
But could you imagine if Walmart were to do that, though? Man. Like you said, I don't think they care enough to do that. They're too greedy.
No, they're too greedy. They're too money hungry.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Now, if you see somebody like, and this is a long shot, and I got to touch base with my Florida folks, but if you see somebody like Walt Disney World come out with an NIL deal, Walmart, you need to get your ass in gear, dude, and start dropping the big bucks.
Can you imagine the Florida Gators utilizing that, or the Seminoles, or the Miami Hurricanes using Disney World.
Again, we're off on hypothetical world,
Yeah.
but that's the great thing about our shows, dude, is that we can do that and still have a great show because our fans are so awesome.
And I'll make sure we hit everything we intended to hit.
But think about this for a minute. You've got how many Power 5 schools in Florida? You got Miami, Florida State, Florida.
UCF, USF.
Well, no, those aren't Power 5.
Ah, you're right.
So you got three Power 5 schools, right? Miami, Florida State, and University of Florida.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Think about if you can get, and I don't even think Busch Gardens is a thing anymore, but if you get like Universal Studios, Walt Disney World, and one of the other amusement parks that are down there, bro, that blows this NIL world completely.
Let's not give them any ideas. I don't want to. I'm sure they've probably thought about it.
But here's the thing, and I'm going to circle back to my point, and I say that to make a point though. If you've got companies like that are a legit global company, what's stopping them from getting an NIL deal here in Arkansas?
That's true.
If it is a global company, what's stopping these big companies from getting NIL deals here in Arkansas?
I mean, I think there's a business for it, man. I think Walmart could benefit from it.
The next thing you're going to see, and I hate to say this, and this is just my opinion. This is not based on any kind of fact. This is just my thought. The next thing you're going to see is you're going to see these collegiate athletes start signing agents to get these NIL deals. That is what this is coming to. I'm going to call some 18-year-old kid. Prime example. The quarterback for Jackson State just signed a big freaking NIL deal.
Yeah.
Dude, if you're an 18-year-old kid and somebody comes to you from like Tyson, Walmart, one of these big name companies, and goes, we're going to sign you to an $800,000 to $1 million contract for
I'd
NIL.
go to that school.
That 18-year-old kid doesn't look. We were all 18 years old.
They're probably not even going to wait for another offer. None of us are going to
know what the hell to do with $1 million.
If someone told me that, I wouldn't even listen to another offer unless I knew for sure that I was going to get other offers.
Why not? Why can't you sign multiple NIL deals?
That's true. That's very true.
There's a lot of questions regarding this NIL that we don't know yet.
I didn't think about that.
These kids, you've got 18, 19, and 20-year-olds, even some 21-year-old kids that are signing these big-name NIL contracts that are worth $800,000.
How much DMAC would be worth right now? That dude was. I think KJ is going to get some deals too.
He is. Have you seen some of the stuff coming out from some of these big-name sports guys?
Well, no,
KJ is getting the shaft.
Oh, he's at Arkansas.
He is getting so much disrespect.
He's in Arkansas.
Bro,
nobody gets disrespect.
I saw a list. For Heisman, for the quarterbacks in the SEC and their Heisman odds. KJ was at the very bottom, and guess who was in front of him?
Who?
The third-string quarterback from Alabama. I kid you not, Christian. That is how much disrespect KJ is getting.
A guy that's not even going to touch the field is
the third-string quarterback has at the University of Alabama has better odds, according to this sports writer, to win the damn Heisman.
Screw that
KJ
sports writer.
Jefferson.
He has no. He's a hater, obviously.
Sorry, I'm getting off my soapbox.
See, some of those guys don't know what they're doing or what they're talking about. We obviously do. No, I'm just kidding.
I did see, and I wish I could share it here. I wish I saved that image. College Football on Fox came out. One of their guys came out with a New Year's 6 projection for bowl season next year, and they've got us playing in the Orange Bowl.
Hey.
I'll freaking take it, dude.
I saw somewhere where we were predicted 7-5. I don't want to.
I don't think we're going to fall that far.
Yeah,
I don't think we're going to fall that far off. Now, speaking of the football team, there have been some major developments.
Coaching change.
There's been a couple coaching changes. And I'm going to say this, and if I am completely out of left field here, somebody correct me because I'm working off of memory.
I agree.
All these DBs that were transferred, we all circled back and thought it was the coach. And now all of a sudden the coach is gone. Are we putting two and two together here?
I've heard some things about Carter that he was not the nicest to some of the guys, but
at the same time, he goes to Oxford, and not 48 hours later, you pick up the guy out of
Georgia.
No, the coach.
Bowman. I forgot his first name. Give me a second.
Yeah, I don't remember what college he's out of, where we picked him up from.
He came from Marshall.
But that deal had to be in the works.
Yeah.
For a couple of days before all that went down.
Man, Pittman doesn't waste time, does he?
No, and he fired his defensive line coach.
Yeah, he did.
Because if you remember, we didn't get a recruit, and then the next thing we know, this coach gets fired. Yeah. Again, 2-2. Coach Pitt don't play.
Hey, that's what we need, man. I want a no nonsense coach. I don't care if he's I want him to be a good guy, but I don't want him to be a nice guy all the time. I want him to make the tough decisions. And he obviously,
Dominique Bowman. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, Dominique Bowman, he's from Memphis, which kind of adds an interesting twist. I think Brandon and Wes might know of him.
Bum and Wes would be a good guys to talk about. Dominique Bowman.
Yeah.
But everybody was so concerned, and we even had reports that freaking Kendall Briles was going to Miami. And
I've heard some things about that too.
Have you been on Twitter?
Yeah. So
that news broke. Oh my God.
So apparently
the Hurricanes Twitter, their fans have completely lost their minds, Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Like, worse than I have ever seen anybody. They are so wrapped up in we are living rent-free in their heads right now.
I heard something from one of the I think he was from the Dan Le Batard show. He got
smoked.
He said that Briles used Miami to get more money out of Arkansas.
Gus Miles did the same thing to get money out of Auburn.
When
Houston Nutt got fired.
Yeah. So apparently Miami gave him a deal they couldn't refuse, and he refused it. That's basically the words he said. But I think this guy's pretty much been proven to be a lot, or at least his sources are not very good. I think even Briles commented on that status. He said, "Get a better source," because Briles
did.
He's
so my issue with Briles is his inconsistency when it comes to play calls.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my air conditioner.
He's ultra conservative.
Before anybody makes fun of me, yes, it's 30 degrees outside and I have my AC running. Nobody judge me, damn it.
Okay. I have my heat on.
I can't do heat. My house doesn't get above 62 degrees. And I sleep with the windows open. I am not afraid. But
I like it cold when I sleep. But anyway.
Well, there's a reason I call my house the man cave. Because it's literally dark, lit by salt lamps, and it's cold.
Yeah.
The inconsistency and our buddy, Lorenzo Robinson over at Keeping It Real with Lorenzo Robinson. Him and Blake talk about it throughout the season. The inconsistency play calls.
Yeah.
They're not as bad as the Cowboys with 13 seconds to go, but we're not going to talk about that.
Hey, I mean, Mahomes, all he needed was 13, but they also just needed a field goal. So we had to have a touchdown.
Cowboys are going to do what the Cowboys are going to do. Anyway.
Who just said they were going to bring back McCarthy and
Dan Quinn. Keeping Dan Quinn is...
That's the big thing.
That's big right there. Because had he lost Dan Quinn, Mike McCarthy was right after him. Would have been right after him. He'd have been, if it wasn't going to be now, it was going to be the end of next season.
You never know. I guess we'll never know.
But going back on this on football, I don't see 7-5. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it with the transfers that are coming in. And here's the thing about transfers, Christian, is that yes, we can get all the 5 stars that aren't seeing playing time at Alabama or at Georgia or at Florida or anywhere else in the country.
Hey, the guy from Georgia got playing time.
The key.
I think the guy from LSU did too.
The key to all of this is they have to buy into our program. They have to buy into our staff. Because if they don't, like you see on the basketball team, you're going to have a lot of inconsistencies. You're going to have that ungelling effect.
Hey, I know we haven't played a game yet, and I hear what you're saying, but I think our defense has gotten better, at least on paper. On paper.
By the way, I apologize if I'm moving around and too much. I jacked up my back a few days ago, and it's real stiff and sore. So I'm trying to find a comfortable spot.
I think we
get old.
Most of our topics, but I'm.
Oh no, dude! We can keep on going.
I'm willing to go on another tangent.
All right, fans, what do y'all think? We're gonna give it up to y'all. Do y'all want us to keep going, or do y'all want us to shut the hell up and get out of here? I'm gonna give y'all a couple minutes. But Christian, here's the thing, dude. And I'll say this every show. We have the 3 most dangerous words in all of collegiate athletics. Yeah. Now, said separately, they don't mean diddly crap. You know, one of them is a Ric Flair move. Woo!
Yeah.
And then one's an animal, and the other word is just I don't know what the other word is. But you put the 3 of them together, and you get 80,000. You get 20,000. You get 12,000. And they all scream woo pig suey. If you don't have chills in the middle of that hog call, are you even a true Razorback fan?
I think there'd be even some people that aren't Razorback fans that would get chills. It's a unique experience.
Let me tell you something. I've been to a lot of Razorback games over the years. Some great, some not so great in 2019 and 2020, but we're not going to go there. 2018 and 2019, we're not going to go there. And I harp back to the Texas game.
Mm-hmm.
There were literally people in the stands, standing. You look up on that outer rim on the very top underneath the Jumbotron, that very top rim up there above everybody. There were standing room only. They were packed in the stairwells. They were packed on the mezzanine in the north end zone. I mean, anywhere you look, there was body. There was somebody. We were shoulder to shoulder. I mean, it was packed. And when they did that hog call at the beginning of the game, and there was that half a second silence, and you hear that echo between the words, bruh. Now, I was the dumbass that was screaming louder. Every time they'd start one, I'd go, louder! And I'd go, louder, damn it.
I wish I could have been there.
There were many times that I didn't have a voice the following week. Because if you know me, and the fans that have met me, they see how animated I get. If you hang out with me at Boudreaux's over the last couple of years, y'all know how animated I can get. I have been banned from several restaurants and bars because I am so animated and loud.
Wow.
Y'all think I'm animated and loud on the show and crazy on the show. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
For them to ban you though, that's crazy.
Snowflakes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But if we can get Bud Walton rocking like they used to, the other night against who were we playing?
A&M.
Yeah, A&M. That is the loudest I have heard that stadium. Coach Calipari got ejected a couple of years ago.
Anytime Kentucky comes to town,
dude, when Calipari got ejected, oh my God, my ears were ringing, and I wasn't even at the game.
Mm-hmm.
You ask anybody that says they're a Hog fan, they'll be able to name one or more Razorbacks from any era. Guys like Ron Calcagni, Quinn Grovey.
Mm-hmm. Quinn Grovey.
Hell, I'll go back and say, but see, the thing about it is you've got these other guys from the 64 team. Because everybody says, 1964, that was Jimmy Johnson, that was Lance Allworth, that was who's the other one? Jerry Jones. Okay. Name somebody that wasn't on that team. Name somebody that isn't famous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Personally, like you said, that's just so long ago. It's almost like, it happened, but
people ask me all the time, what's your earliest memory of being a Razorback fan? Now, I've got pictures of when I was a baby wearing Razorback stuff. The slobbering hog.
Yeah.
The hog running through the A.
Me too.
That's typical stuff. But that first memory, that very first memory, I can tell you exactly where I was during this game. It was against Tennessee. I was riding with my mom. We were going to Best Buy for something. Paul Eels had called it was a 50-yard field goal. Back when 50-yard field goals were 1 in a million shots.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they're just chip shots for some. But this Tennessee kicker, he kicked, and you could hear it in his voice. And that was it. It was 90. It was either 98 or 99. I think it was 98.
Well, that was the year after. Oh, that was that had to have been the year after the Sterner fumble.
No, 98 was the Sterner fumble. 99 was the redemption in Knoxville.
So you were at the game in Tennessee?
No, I was listening. I was listening to it on the radio in 98. And again, I was 99. I was watching it on TV. Jefferson Pilot Sports.
Yeah.
See, I would have been in the world.
I would have been 3 or 4, so not really a Razorback.
Old.
I wasn't really cheering on the Razorbacks.
You make me feel old. You know that?
Hey, only 9 years. Not bad. That's not that bad.
Sorry, I'm looking up a team real quick.
By the way, Zach turns. You want me to say it?
Oh, no.
He has a birthday.
You're gonna do it.
He has a birthday tomorrow. I'll say that. And I would like to thank everybody that's listening on all of our platforms. Inside the Hog Pen, 4 Stars Sports Show.
By the way, that reminds
YouTube
me.
Channel.
Reminds me, Christian. Because if I don't do this, Wes is probably going to hang me out to dry. check this out. Big opportunity for 4-Star Sports Media. Next week, Wes and Bum from Saturday are going to be live at the 2022 Reese's Senior Bowl, and they're going to be covering everything. They've got huge interviews lined up, and we're going to be releasing those. I'm going to be doing a kind of a wrap-up show every day next week to give you guys the insight. And we'll be talking to Wes, we'll be talking to Bum, and kind of getting their feel for what's going on down in Mobile, Alabama. But y'all are not going to want to miss that coverage down there, and we're going to have it covered all week long from here in Central Arkansas and from Mobile, Alabama. I'm excited about it, Christian. And, hey, speaking of Mr. Christian, not only is he the host of the Hog Trough, the man is a writer.
Yeah. I can put some articles out.
If you haven't yet, y'all need to head over to 4star.live and check this guy's articles out.
Appreciate it. I try to do one after every Razorback basketball game. I'm going to try to do some in baseball. You know, there's a lot of baseball games. I'll do my best to get one out after every game. But, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun to write when Arkansas is winning. I will tell you that.
I tried my hand at writing once, and my English teacher said, "This is not your forte."
I've always been an speller.
I'm more, and everybody knows this, I'm more in front of the camera, behind the mic kind of guy.
Hey.
Because I can ramble on for hours about why the sky is blue. I sucked in the English class, but when you put me in speech class, straight A's, baby. Straight A's all day long.
I think John Ridgway, by the way, is going to be in the Senior Bowl.
There are a couple of Razorbacks.
I don't know the other one.
Hang on just a second. And I will pull that up.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot of fun down there in Mobile.
By the way, there is not going to be an Inside the Hog Pen tomorrow because it is my birthday.
Have fun. What you going to do on your birthday?
My parents are taking me to Benihana's, and then Saturday night I'm going to the Looney Bin.
Cool. What is that, a restaurant?
It's a comedy club.
Okay.
Okay, so the two teams are... National team is the New York Jets, and the American team is the Detroit Lions.
I didn't know that they...
That's a real thing. They could not have picked the two worst teams in the NFL to represent. Oh, my God. I gotta figure out which roster Arkansas is on. They got John Ridgway, and he is on the American team. And Jordan Silver is the other one. Long snapper.
Oh, okay.
And let's see if there's anybody else down here. Nope, that's it. That is all there is from Arkansas.
Well,
Trying to see if there's any other big names.
I'm trying to think what else we can talk about here. We've kind of covered just about.
I don't see any big names.
If there's anything you guys would like us to talk about, feel free to comment.
Yeah. We're here for y'all. We're just kicking it tonight. We're not, So I saw we're talking random stuff unless y'all want to kind of wrap it up. I saw something on Twitter the other day, Christian.
Yeah.
That it was comparing what team in the SEC could beat the Jags. And it was like best defense, best offense, best special teams, best environment. It kind of broke it down, Guess who they had as best environment?
Arkansas. So I'm guessing it's a team that's surprising.
LSU. Arkansas wasn't even on the list. Arkansas wasn't even considered for this list. It was all Alabama. Let me see if I can find it.
Wow, I did not see that. Josh Wilbank says we got a kicker that can kick a 75-yard field goal. I'd love to see that.
Damn, 75 yards.
I'd have to see a video of that. I think that would be the longest field goal ever kicked, maybe, that I know of, at least. But that's pretty impressive. I heard he was a good kicker. What was he, a 4 or 5 star? Yeah, I think I posted
5-star.
something about him. So I wonder how.
Damn, I can't find it, but it was all Alabama. It was Florida. It was LSU. I mean, it was all other teams except for.
Is he going to replace Cam Little, or what?
No. Cam Little's going to get the start.
That's what I would think.
If anything, I don't want to put him in that position, but he may be a place kicker next year. Kickoffs, onside, that kind of thing. No. The new kid.
The other guy.
Yeah, no. Cam Little, look, I will start a freaking riot if Cam Little does not get the starting kicker job.
As long as
Blake Cook.
I think our kicker went to the transfer portal or something. That's why we picked him up. But
hang on, I'm looking up his Twitter right now. Hold on. Blake Cook.
Show it on the video, like, if you can.
I'm going to. So far, I don't see any videos of him kicking.
Chuck may have to send it to us if they can find it.
So there's a lot of Blake Cooks. Yeah, you're gonna have to send that to me. And yeah, see, I told you, Chuck said it. He's doing kickoffs.
Okay.
No, I don't foresee Cam Little losing his starting job by any stretch of the imagination.
I love basketball season and I love baseball season, but
well,
I wish we could fast forward to football.
That's kind of where I'm at right now, because everybody that knows me knows this is kind of my off season. Once football season's over, this is kind of my off season because I don't know jack. That's why I'm not on the Pick'em show this year, because I don't know jack about basketball.
You know more than you'll give yourself credit for, but I see what you're saying.
Football has always been my take.
You do pretty well when we talk basketball, at least when it pertains to Arkansas.
Okay, Blake Ford. No wonder. All right, hang on. Because I want to see a video of this before we get off the air.
I do too.
All right, here we go.
Can you tell it's 75 yards on the video?
Hang on. Okay, that's not good, Lord. All right, Viking kicker. Holy crap! Yeah, it's 73 yards.
Wow. He's got to be kicking field goals then. I'm sorry, Cam Little. If he can make 73-yard field goals, he's got to be up.
Look, he's kicking it from a T stand. He's not. There's not a placeholder.
Yeah,
it's completely different.
Yeah, that's a lot different. But still, I mean, you still got to be pretty dang accurate.
Don't get me wrong. That's
you still got to be accurate as heck to do that.
So, all right, fans, we got anything else you guys want to talk about? You got anything else, man?
I'm good to go. I enjoyed the show.
We could sit here and we can talk about things all night long.
Mm-hmm.
We could. In fact, one of these days,
We will.
I might try to do that and try to raise some money for 4-star.
That's a good idea. I think one night, obviously during the weekend, it'll have to be a weekend for me.
Right? And just bring
Maybe
on
just-
different people.
Just an overnight stream, you know?
Yeah, just chat all night long. That might be something that might be something I talk to Wes about. That's a good idea. Oh man. All right, dude. Take us home, Christian.
All right, guys. Once again, this has been another episode of the Hog Trough. I had Razorback Zach. As always, my right. I'm going to call you my right. I'm going to call you my right hand man at this point because
I like it.
You're always on my show. You're always adding great content. You know, the
Jealous
production
as hell
side
about
of,
your intro video I built. I am still jealous as hell about that.
You made it, man. You can.
I
can
know,
take
and that's the sad part. That's the sad part about it all. Is I'm the one that made it.
Yeah, and I it's great. Don't get me wrong.
Quick story, and then we'll get out of here, man. I'm sorry, but I got to tell you this. Quick story about your intro video. So I was messing around with it, and I didn't realize that you could actually add video clips until I was doing your intro, and that's when I was like, "Ooh, I gotta find a video of the hog call because oh my god, I can add a video clip." I'm just freaking out, dude. I'm like,
I figured that out.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
So
it's
retarded,
awesome.
Man. So I was like, screw it. I want to put a hog call in the middle of his intro. I didn't realize it was gonna flow so well. I was like,
Yeah.
I was sitting there watching the early script of it, and I was like, now I gotta redo my intro to hold on with his.
That's what I was about to say, man. You could. Hey, I'm sure you could do a lot better with yours if you wanted to.
I like mine.
But yours is good. I like yours. Once again, thanks everybody who listened and watched. It was a great show. We appreciate all the comments that everybody left. I hope Arkansas can keep the streak going. I know it's going to end sometime, but Saturday's.
Whoa! What are you doing? We're not supposed to be talking about negatively about the streak.
Saturday is going to be the 6th win in a row. Bud Walton's going to be rocking, and I know Arkansas is gonna. They're going to make the tournament this year. They're going to make the NCAA tournament. I wasn't so sure about that 2 or 3 weeks ago. So,
Christian, what's the first rule about the streak? You don't talk about the streak.
Well,
now I gotta go dance in my underwear outside and do the counter curse to lift it off.
If that's what it takes, go ahead.
Get any ideas?
All right, guys. It's been a great show. It's been fun. We'll see you again next week.
As always.
I'll be on after the. I'll be on to talk about the next basketball game for sure. All right, guys. Woo Pig Suey. Peace out.
Go Hogs.